passion or not to passion? Let's go on a quick rant and chat about whether or not you should pursue your passion in business, whether or not you should spend a lot of time thinking about what you're truly passionate about before venturing into, let's say, you're trying to find your passion because you want to pursue your passion in business. If you're just constantly brainstorming, trying a bunch of new things, and that's what you're doing in order to figure out what you want to pursue in business. I don't know where I'm going with that, but let's talk about that, whether or not you should pursue your passion or not in your entrepreneurial journey. And I'll give you my opinions on this from a new entrepreneur standpoint. I don't have a huge testimonial that I can give, but just some food for thought when it comes to I'll give you my thoughts as someone who's new to this and someone who's having these thoughts about these topics. So basically, I think that, in my opinion, you should pursue your passions. I think that, I'm not going to do a list, when you first pursue something new that you're passionate about, here's your passion level. It goes up. It's at an all-time high when you first start out. When you reach the first hurdle or the first hard challenge to get over in a business sense, and maybe you're not making any money yet, passion goes down. You get your first customer, passion goes up. And then after that first customer, you get no customers for a little bit. So your passion goes all the way down almost to zero. If you had no passion towards the problem you're solving, or no passion towards your business in general, I don't know what you would do down here. When you're down here and you have no passion, you have no sense of purpose behind it, even if you start making money, you might still feel not good about it. But if you did have this passion when you're pursuing this idea, the good thing is once you start reaping the rewards and reaping, whether it's helping people out or you start making millions of dollars, that'll restart your passion. That'll defibrillate it. Your heart will start beating again. And this is why I think you should pursue something you're passionate about, because even though your passion may dwindle, there's always a chance it'll come back full force as long as you keep pushing forward and push through when you're in the trenches. Let's talk about the opposing opinion. Why, in certain senses, I think you might not want to. We'll look at an example. We'll say Johnny here. Johnny really wants to pursue his passion and he wants to start a business based off of it and make a lot of money. Johnny's constantly thinking of what is his passion. And he's journaling about it. He's trying new things. And Johnny's been thinking about what his passion is for 1 week. That week becomes 1 month. He's still trying new things. He's still looking for his passion. That month becomes a year. Johnny still hasn't done anything. Johnny's still thinking about what his passion is, and he's reaped nothing out of it. He's just thinking, although I believe finding your passion in life is very important, being stagnant like this, like Johnny, not a good thing. I've mentioned in my intro videos that I do a lot of writing, and I'm almost done the book I'm writing on trying new things, actually finding your passion, finding how trying new things is how you can find new business ventures, etc. And in this case, Johnny should probably be thinking of how he can actually take action while trying to pursue his passions. Because I'll give an example from my book. Most people are on what I like to call, this line is the line of inertia. Gosh, it's hard to write like this. Inertia. And they're constantly moving in this one direction, and there's a force that's keeping them along this line. And this is your classic normal life where you have no passion, you have no sense of purpose, you're not an exceptional person. An exceptional person being someone who is the exception, someone who is the exception from being a normal person, whether you're a hyper athlete, hyper financially successful, or hyper different than a standard person, whatever you consider a standard person. And what Johnny is trying to do when he's trying to find his passion is he's trying to break off into branches of new. He's trying to break off his line of inertia. But what he's really doing when he's not taking action, and I think in this case, Johnny's probably not stepping outside of his comfort zone in order to actually find his passion. He's trying all these new things, but he's trying things that are maybe easy, and he's not learning from it, and he's not learning that he's never going to find his passion without stepping out of his comfort zone and trying stuff that is hard. So really what he's doing is he's going right back. So we went a little off track there, but what I'm trying to say is that there are cases where I think you shouldn't pursue your passion, and it's when you're not taking action, and when your pursuit of passion is taking so long that it's delaying the action you take, then you shouldn't. If you're not stepping out of your comfort zone and pushing towards things that challenge you, which is ultimately where most people do find their passions, then you shouldn't do it. The goal should be ultimately getting out of the case of passion or not passion. The ultimate goal should be, how can you do something you enjoy, that you feel purposeful about, while taking action as soon as possible. The benefit of taking action as soon as possible is that, let's say, I'm sure many of you have heard getting 1% better every day is the ultimate compounding way to improve yourself. The calculation is, if you get 1% better every day for 365 days, you'll be 37 times better by the end of the year, not just 365%, because of each 1% compounds on the last. And that is why you should aim to take action as soon as possible. If you already know what your passion is, or you have an idea, that's when you should pursue if you have your passion or an idea of what gives you general happiness, not really happiness, what makes you feel alive, then pursue it. But if you don't know that, take action first. And those are just my thoughts on this topic. And I know it was all over the place, but I was having too much fun talking about Johnny. But let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts on this topic, whether or not you should pursue your passion in business or not pursue your passion.